There we go. Okay. Welcome from the crossroads of America. Talk show. Wednesdays is Shooting with Disabilities. We're going to talk about that in a little while. We also talk guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. We'll answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or by email at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I got a Patreon page, PayPal, and all that other good stuff in the info section below. All right. So we got that out of the way. Introducing my panelists so far from behind enemy lines. We've got New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hello, Squib.
Then from the state of Michigan, where the mosquitoes are large as birds, is Squibload.
Huh?
I said, Michigan, your mosquitoes are enormous. That's all I'm saying. When I was in Michigan, the mosquitoes were enormous. Bit the shit out of me.
I heard they have crazy rats, too.
Yeah.
Some of them are like 5'5".
Hey, and I remembered the mosquitoes, and it was over 50 years ago when I was in Michigan. That's the impression they put on my young mind. You know, so.
Did they try to carry you away?
Yeah.
Were you wearing your short pants?
Do what?
I said, were you wearing your short pants?
More than likely. I was just
they
a young.
Got all in the.
I was just a
all
young
up the legs and got you good, huh?
You know, I mean, I was, you know, I was just a tinier version of what you see now. You know, so there we go. All right, let's see. So far in the chat, let's see who we got. First in was Shady Hill Homestead, then Kingpin, New York Outcast, who's doing double duty, Patriot in the Dark, who's trying to say he's working, so he won't be here tonight on the panel. Then we got Tactical Fudd. How you doing? Gizzard Gary. So far has dropped in. That's the only people who've typed into the chat box. If you don't type into the chat box, I don't know you're there. You're a lurker. And that's what I do. Hey, Raphael, that's what I do on most shows I listen to. I just lurk in the background like a stalker.
How dare you?
You know, I hardly ever say a word. You know, very rare that you get me talking in one. So anyway, what I was said at the beginning of the show, you know, this one is Shooting with Disabilities. You know, be honest with you, I feel burnt out on looking for topics and stuff. I haven't done a good job for a couple of months now on this, if not longer. So I was going to put up a poll to see what the answer was. But what I was thinking is either don't do the Wednesday show anymore or just drop the Shooting with Disabilities and, you know, and call it Rick's Life Midweek Crisis or some shit. You know, give it a new name. But keep doing the 1 hour.
That's funny.
Oh, my Midweek Crisis? That is pretty funny, isn't it? I might have to use that.
That's kind of funny.
You know? So, I mean, that's where I was thinking of going. Because I don't want to let people down who come here to listen to stuff about, you know, maybe how we're shooting with our just, you know, bad hands, bad back, bad vision and all that stuff, and I'm not producing it. So, so I don't want to get people to hear under false pretenses. That's what I'm saying. So that's what's going through my mind at the moment. So
I always recommend eating a salad, Rick, and that's
I
good
know you
for
do.
everybody.
Vanessa said midweek bitch fest. Well, not so much a bitch fest, but more of something that's grabbed my attention since I was on the show on Saturday. And if something to do with I'm hurting or whatever, or shooting, and something to do with if a disability thing comes up, by all means, I'll talk about it. But I don't want to. This is what's going through my head. But if you guys want me to keep it the same, I will. Hey, Chris from the 740, good to see you. So So that's what was going through my head. Oh, why I got everybody here, and before you all leave, I had my 6-minute walk up and down the hallway the other day, and
was your butt sticking out?
No.
You got to keep your pants, regular pants.
Oh yeah. But it was.
Your long pants.
It was funny. I park in. Of course, I get to park in handicap parking because I have a permanent placard in my car, and I walk into the hospital. I know what I got to do. I got to go. You got to go over to registration. Then they said, let's see your ID and medical card. I said, I was here last week and you saw it and nothing's changed. But they still needed to see it. You go through all that baloney. Then they say, you know where you're going? I go, absolutely. But I have to go to the 6th floor, which is not a problem. Use the elevator, or as we used to say in England, the lift. And but the problem is it's right down the other end of the hallway. So I start trotting off, and I get out of there, and I walk down, maybe to where the 2 old ladies sit when you first walk in. If you got the information desk, and they go,
we all know where that is.
And they go, oh, do you need a wheelchair to help you get to where you go? And I said, no, I'm doing all right. I said, I'm just in no rush. I don't walk fast. When I know where I gotta, if it's a long distance, I'll pace myself. I'll walk slower.
Did you end up walking 5 minutes before your 6 minutes walk?
Yes. I got down to the elevator, got up there. They told me to go sit down, so I sat down for a couple of minutes. Then they called my name. I get up, and they said, take your time. I said, don't worry, I am. Walk through the door, and I had to walk down another hallway to get to the office that we were using. I thought, Jesus. Time I got there, I sat in the chair, and I'm huffing and puffing, and she's talking to me. First off, she says, why you calm down or whatever, or get your thing back. Because I had to bring home that pulse thing where they put that clip on your finger, and you got to have it on there all night with this machine. So she explained all that to me, how it works and all that good shit. And so when that was all done, she goes, okay, let's get started. She goes, let's take your blood pressure. So she took my blood pressure. It was 135/80 or something like that. Yeah, it was 135/80, I believe. She goes, okay, we got to walk up and down the hallway here. Well, she got to walk. She goes, you got to walk for 6 minutes without stopping. So she says, so we go up and down the hallway about, she goes, normally most people do it in either, if they're 4 or 5 laps type thing, going back and forth. I said, okay. I said, I don't think I can last 6 minutes. She goes, well, do you want to use a walker? I said, yeah. I said, normally if I go into Walmart, I said, I can normally walk better when I'm holding on to the shopping cart. She goes, okay. So she gave me a walker with wheels and brakes and everything else on it. So I done the walk real slow, going up to the window, turning around, coming back. Actually, I only made 4 times. She goes, your 6 minutes are up. So we went back into the office. I mean, I sit down and I'm huffing and puffing. I'm going, and and it wasn't so much, being fat and overweight didn't help, but the back, my back and the back of my legs were burning, which is part of the spinal stenosis symptoms, and actually I was, and I asked the doctor about that, and because I saw a doctor the following day on something totally different, and I was asking about that.
That's also a sign of not using your muscles enough too.
Yes, but
just throw that out there.
But I know that, but no, it is my spinal stenosis that's causing the problems. But anyway, I'm sitting there. She goes, well, let's take your blood pressure while you're, because I just sat right down. And my blood pressure went up to 179 over 85 or something like that. So she's talking to me. She's calm down and all this stuff. And she's doing some paperwork while I'm calming down. And she takes it again after about 10 minutes. And my blood pressure dropped to 129 over 75 or something. So, and then she didn't say anything at the time, but that was the end of my test. I left. Time I got home, because this hospital uses one of those medical portals you can sign into and see everything that's going on with your health. And the test results were already in. And she didn't put much down there except saying that, in her opinion, that my lung capacity or whatever is not at full strength or whatever. But it's up to, but she's only a technician per se. She's not a doctor. The actual doctor I got to go see him in a couple of weeks. But I went to my regular doctor.
So you're trying to say her understanding of the chart could be wrong?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. But from what I can understand from the other doctors I've seen and all the tests I've had done, I think they're leaning towards giving me one of those, what are they, nebulizer squirt things that you push. You see some people use. I could be totally wrong, from what they're saying in the reports I'm reading. I'm no doctor, but I reckon that's where it's going.
It probably wouldn't be bad if you had a nebulizer with like a albuterol or something like that to help open you up before you go out, or worst come to worst after you come back. So honestly, it's probably only just improve your lungs capacity in a sense, or how much oxygen you can actually hold and transfer. So but at the same time, getting dependent on it probably wouldn't be ideal. But if you get really winded or something like that, it probably the stuff, it's easy to do. Not a big hassle.
Yeah, Vanessa. I did that breathing test thingy where you blow into this thing, then, or you suck it in, then you have to blow it out real fast and stuff.
See, I think you should walk more, buddy. I think you need to push yourself a little bit, so therefore, at least you can exclude the muscle aspect of it. So, it'll be all your spinal, whatever your stuff is. Sorry.
Yeah.
But because either way, it'll probably be better off. But you got to push yourself a little bit. So, if they give you that albuterol stuff, that would probably help. At least, you won't spaz out or something if you do push yourself.
What were the results? she
You're
said
pregnant, aren't you?
no. She said the results. I was borderline, basically, is what she was saying. But nowhere during that whole test did my lung capacity drop below 90. So I don't know. I mean, she was talking. I mean, in the evaluation I read, it was. I mean, it sounded to me like she was saying the same thing in different words. But my gist from it, I looked up some of the words. Basically, it meant borderline. What I don't want. I'm going to try to do anything not to have to use, wear that stupid plastic thing over your ears and into your nose, oxygen. I just don't want to do that.
Push a little harder. Push
breathing,
yourself, man.
So that's where we're at. Yeah.
What's your advice, Squib?
He must be busy.
No, the mute button is a mile away. It must be on the other side of the hospital with the elevators. What's my advice? It doesn't really matter what my advice is. You're going to do what you're going to do anyhow. You're just going to bitch about it later. So really, who cares what my advice is?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
He's so supporting, isn't he?
He is.
Push yourself a little bit, while you're doing what you do, and hopefully that little bit will add up slowly. Doesn't have to be a lot, but do a little bit more than you do, and at least the muscle won't be an issue. So, worst come to worst, maybe you might be able to get out of the way of a truck or something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You just work up a little bit. You don't have to turn out to be a track star or nothing, but
yeah, well, hey.
If one day you could do a quarter-mile slow jog, that would be awesome.
Shit. You know what?
Hey, man, a nice power walk. It ain't got to be nothing crazy. I'm not saying tomorrow or nothing. I'm just stating, little by little.
Yeah. So I'm just, but change the subject totally. Why it's on my mind. I got a box. They're reloads, but I put them inside a box. I got 50 rounds I'm taking with me, a 380 tomorrow. Gonna practice with my handgun, my carry gun. I haven't shot it in a couple of weeks, so I might take the AR with me and shoot a couple of magazines. That's sitting on the RNLDisplays.com wall mount. It does come. Oh, here it is. It does come with the wooden desk stand. Can you see that? Comes with that. I said it comes with a wall mount with all the hardware to hang it up there and stuff. And I like the wall mount because it makes it look like it's just floating there on the wall. But you go to rnldisplays.com and you go to check. Oh, by the way, it's American made, veteran owned. So, but you go to checkout and you type in my discount code. I don't get nothing out of it, but you type in Rick's Life and you get a 15% discount. So thought I just mentioned that. But anyway, there we go. So, all right, just got that. Oh, and for everybody else out there, I planted my corn about 10 days ago. And I got some tiny little corn coming up. But it seems patchy. So I don't know if I got some late bloomers or should I replant it. I thought I'll wait a couple of more days to see if any more pop up. So that's my little bit of homesteading out there behind my kitchen window. It gets sun on it all day. So
It's a start. You've
yeah,
taken action, so it's a good thing.
yeah.
Little by
I have to
little.
get out. I have to get out there and bend over, which is very difficult for me, but I do it. Do do the gardening. So I'm trying to do my thing. I haven't given up on the homesteading idea that I had, but I came across a bit of property that I was looking at it before I sent out the invites and stuff. That's why the invite was late tonight. Uh, I'm gotta pull it back, write the number down for the person who's selling it, but it's finance owned. Owner financing. Very, and from what I can understand, they the down payment, around $500. And it's 6.5 acres of wooden land, undeveloped, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. So there's no what you call it's on it. You can basically do anything you want. There's no, because it's
What's the taxes on the land?
$450 a year. And it's
That's crazy.
It's 6.5 acres.
Yeah.
It's 6.5 acres. $30,000. And it's not on the property, but right there at the sort of like the main road, the county road that's out front. It has electric and water right there, so it can be tapped into.
So there's access, yeah. It's not. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, it's not a great deal, but that's not bad nowadays. That's not bad. So it's like $5,000 an acre, but no power or septic or anything there. So, but you do have access, so you're not far from it. So, might need a pole or two put in. But yeah, not bad. It's not a horrible deal.
No. But I mean, I would need to go look at it, and it's not that far from here either, which I noticed.
Yeah. And if you have the address, you can do a bunch of searching online. You can find like the zone area. You can figure out like who owned in the past, all that type of stuff. Also, if it's in a flood area, so if you're going to need insurance, things like this. Obviously, that's can make a huge difference on insurance. So, and obviously, what your code restrictions are, and just for the area, so in the future.
I mean, I have to check, but from what it
build
said,
something or whatever,
there is no restrictions. I can do anything I want.
Well, the state will have the state has like a guideline, and then counties have their own little deal. So you might not have any county, but there's still probably something with the state. So I double check. But yeah, you're probably fine. You won't have a county inspector coming by.
But I don't know. I mean, another thing, but there is one thing I want to check. If I did something like that, right, does it have to be paid off? Because what it says it has some mature trees on there, right? Which means that to me, that means they can be cut and sold.
So you want to harvest some for money, to help pay the bill.
Yeah, but will they let me do that? But if it's not paid for,
I wouldn't bring it up. I would just see what they offer you to sign and read it well. Don't sign it right there on the spot. Have it looked at or something. But depending on what it is, if you say something, they might put a clause in, afraid you're going to start and then not pay the bill or whatever, and then they get stuck and you hack down the trees and one got high or something.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I wouldn't bring any attention to it.
Yeah, I mean,
as the buyer,
Yeah. personally myself, I would just sell enough to bankroll me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't cut them all down. You know?
Yeah. And honestly, if you want to replant, it's actually fairly cheap. So I kind of recommend you do. So if you cut a lot down, throw a few up. So it's just kind of karma.
Yeah. But anyway, that's getting way ahead of myself. I got a call first.
And you can replace them with fruit trees. So at least you get some benefit out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I got to give the guy a call. Far as I know, somebody's already made a offer on it and it's been accepted. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got to do. So,
well, get your crap together and call him, man. Call him tomorrow if you can. So
well,
at least show some interest so you get an idea.
I plan on it. So, all right. Anyway, moving on. So I just mentioned that. Oh yeah, all this from growing my corn. See, I haven't given up on the idea of, and what's made it work. My the funeral and stuff went off without a hitch. Except for I thought it was strange. I mean, it was basically just family that went to the actual cemetery, and so I mean, and the guy, my cousin, wasn't a religious type guy, so I mean, it was over in 5 minutes at the cemetery. It was it, but where I was, which was not a problem. I don't like hanging around for long times at these things anyway, but so that gets done. The immediate family were sitting down in chairs, get up, starts moving off. Everybody starts drifting back towards where all the cars are parked. And the people, the company or the firm or whoever they are who dug the grave and all that, they were there. They started dismantling the tent, whipping up the chairs while everybody was just walking to the car still. And before I even got to my vehicle, they were already lowering the coffin into the ground. And my cousins, whose brother that was.
Seems like bad etiquette, Rick. Usually they're supposed to wait till you're kind of pulling out. So
that's what I thought.
Seems kind of crappy.
Yeah.
And considering you guys were only there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe they were pissed, figure you guys don't care. He was the prick of the family or something.
Yeah. No.
But, they could have at least held off till you guys made it out. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's usually, it seems like they're good at respecting, that or honoring that type of stuff. So maybe you got some crazy people over there.
Well, yeah, we're talking Indiana here. I'm very close to Kentucky, and there's some weird people there. You know what I'm saying? But
so
anyway.
if you didn't bury them in the backyard, they couldn't have been close to you. That's what they're thinking.
No. But I tell you what, though, his coffin, I thought, I mean, God knows how much they charged her for it, but it was plain and basic. It looked like reclaimed wood from an old barn, and it was like an old-fashioned Weston sort of type coffin made out of planks of wood. Actually, I thought it was kind of cool looking, But
just a hint for people out there. Not that I recommend Walmart, but you can actually pre-buy your coffin from even Walmart online and have it delivered if you'd like. So, and they're way cheaper. Way cheaper. I mean, when you think about it, in the end,
you got yours already.
No. I'm probably just gonna be ashes. So, but needless to state, if that's your thing, you know what I mean. You can. It sounds crazy, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper to buy it now than for everybody to get screwed later. But I don't know. It's up to you. That's up to you. And I'm sure there's other places besides Walmart, but I was pretty shocked that you could buy a coffin from Walmart. So, and it was like $1,000 or something. Those places start at like $3, I think. And a lot of times they'll just rent a coffin and then they give you like a cheap pine box. So it's, I don't know. Yeah, hey, each their own. But just a hint there. It's way cheaper if you do it, but you're alive.
Oh, Jason's coming to the room. Defense Dad, AR guns, 2 Live Moo. Have you got your package yet, 2 Live Moo? I mailed it out the other day. I just wanted to make, if you haven't got it yet, you're more likely to get it tomorrow. So
Think about it. You could write notes to people like, kiss my ass or God knows what on your coffin, slap stickers, patches. You could do all types of stuff. Just an idea.
Yeah. But as I said, he wasn't a religious guy. So even at the funeral home, they had a service there first. Lasted 10 minutes. One of his friends got up and done a eulogy. Is that what it's called? A little talk about him. Played some. I think it was a hymn they played. Something, even though he wasn't religious, he liked this one. They played that. That was it. It was over. So
maybe it was out of respect to him because he wasn't all religious. So they didn't, push it and go on. And because some of those, I've been to a lot of more funerals than I'd like to think of, but a lot of them, I can't help but think like this guy's full of shit. Like, he obviously has no clue he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, they were decent people, but they weren't angels. Let me tell you something. So,
Oh, Raphael said, what the hell's the name of that company where you build stuff? Oh shit. IKEA? How you pronounce it? Might be cheaper.
Oh, IKEA?
Yeah. He said might be cheaper. They required,
Maybe. I have no idea. No idea. But hey, it might not matter to you. Maybe it's a project you work on.
So
rig it up with some pressure switches for some smoke and noises.
Afterwards, after all that was done, right? My cousins and stuff. There was 6 of us. We stopped off at the it's called Swartz. It's a restaurant that does buffet type, all you can eat. Oh man, they lost on me. I'm telling you. So, I had fried chicken, pulled pork, corn on the cob, coleslaw.
Whoa. Where's the salad, man?
And I had apple pie and ice cream for dessert. But that was after I went back, because I got the fried chicken first. Then I went back and got the pulled pork.
So they don't have a salad bar?
Oh, yeah, they had a fantastic salad bar. But I did look for a salad. I didn't see the salad bar till I was heading up to get my ice cream, because it was near there. I didn't walk that far first time, because I didn't pay. My cousin paid, so I didn't have to walk up to the cash register, and the salad bar was off to the side of the cash register, and the ice cream bar was around the corner. See? So it wasn't until I went to get my ice cream that I saw the salad bar. Looked quite good too. I could have stopped and got some and brought that back with my ice cream, but.
So if it wasn't for the ice cream, you would have never even known where the salad was.
Yes.
You just ratted on yourself, man.
But
you better go to your room.
But it was quite good, actually. It was a good meal. So overall, it was sad, because somebody, were burying somebody. But overall, it wasn't a bad day, hanging out with my relatives.
So was there a get together where everybody had a few too many and
No,
started
no.
getting on one another, and then a fight in the yard. And
No.
no.
They're well behaved.
Was there any 2, 3 mysterious women coming up and crying at the funeral?
No. Afraid not. So, I tell you what did happen. As I told you, I was here when I came to the farm for my summers, and so I didn't know and that's the only time I hadn't been here for 20 odd, more than 20, nearly almost 40 years, 30 years at least. So I don't know who in the hell all my relatives are. I only know my immediate first cousins, and I don't even know all of them. But where I say to my immediate first cousins, on my aunt's farm I stayed on, those cousins I know more than anybody else. Well, anyway, I'm standing there at the cemetery because I said it was just family members, and this woman comes up to me. She goes, "You got the same name as my brother, and he died." I said, "Oh." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Because my actual, I think."
Yeah, you don't have to say it. We get
No,
the
my
point.
actual name's Ricky. It's Ricky. I mean, but I don't like it. I prefer Rick. But anyway, she goes, "Yeah." I said, "I know." I said, I saw it in the obits last year sometime. I didn't know who it was. I thought it can't be me because I'm still here reading it. He was actually younger than I was. He was about 5 years younger than me. He died from diabetes, I believe. And but anyway, she said, "Yeah, you got this." I said, "Well, I don't have the same name as him." I said, "He was younger than me, so he actually has my name." But I tell you, some of these relatives I got, they're out there. They really are. So
They look at you like the outsider because of your British ways.
and all of them said, "Oh man, you got a British accent." I said, "No, I don't." And they go, "Oh, yes, you do." I mean, they're real. They've got a strong Indiana countrified twang to them down here. So I don't
you're
sound
the
like
other
anything
guy.
like them. You know. You know. And of course, there was a couple of old guys there. I mean, I'm talking up in their 80s, and they're looking at me because they're talking to me now, and they're looking at me, and they're looking at each other, and come back to me. They go, "Who was your dad?" I'm 65 years old, and they want to know who my father was. So I told them.
Oh yeah, they want to know who the hell you are.
Yeah, so I told them, and they go, "Oh, okay, all right. He's the one that went off to join the military and never moved back here." I said, "Yeah, that's the one." They knew him because they were in their 80s, and I think if my father was still alive, he would be 90 now. You know what I'm saying? So they knew who he was. So there
You
we go.
were about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah. There we go. Then of course we had to ride over to the others. One of my relatives gave me a ride there, and so we had to ride over to the other cemetery where they could, for she could put flowers on her father's grave, my uncle. I said, "Yeah." I'll just sit in the car if you don't mind while you do that. Take your time. So, but of course, she comes out and she drives around the cemetery, pointing at all the gravestones, going, "That one is your cousin on your father's side, second removed or something, going around the whole cemetery. Because I mean, a big portion of that cemetery is Mitchell's, you know, and going around telling me who everybody was.
Oh, that's cool, man. At least somebody knows and respects the history.
Yeah,
so.
and she pulled up the
People
one.
live on in memory, so
she pulled up the one, and she goes, "You know who that is?" Right now, I'm looking at it, and I read the name, and I had to stop and think for a minute because I haven't heard it in a long time. I said, "Oh yeah," I said, "That's my grandfather," you know. So at least I got that right, you know. So, or I said to her, "That's our grandfather," because, you know, her mother, my aunt, was my dad's younger sister, you know. So, anyway, that's enough morbid stuff. So, I was just passing the time. So, back to my original question at the beginning. You know, do I drop the Shooting with Disabilities title for this Wednesday show and call it Rick's Life as I See It Midweek Crisis? You know, or
put a poll in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they got to type one up. You know.
Yeah, only takes a minute. Yes or no, or whatever. Ask the question and yes or no, or something. I don't. You don't have to. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. All right, keep them. It's hard to type and talk at the same time. Okay, so anyway, what was I going to talk about? There was something else I was going to mention. I can't remember. I mentioned I'm going shooting tomorrow, shooting my 380. I might take the AR and a couple of magazines because it's hard to go shooting without shooting the AR. For somebody who, this is my 5th or 6th year of being a gun owner, for somebody who resisted buying an AR for 5 years because I didn't like them. I didn't like the looks of them and all this kind of stuff, but I actually finally shot one and I loved it and I went and bought one, you know? So anyway, I do like shooting that thing, so I might take it with me, you know?
It can be fun.
Oh, I saw you. I watched yours the other day when you were down the range. What in the hell do you think you are? You think you're some goddamn operator, you know, with all the what call it, chest rig on and a gun strapped to your leg and all that shit. You know, think you're a
Hey man, I was having some fun. No, not in my old work jeans and t-shirt. Just having some fun playing on the range. Plus, it goes good with the YT BAM mode.
Oh, okay. You know. Now, was that your lady shooting or was that your daughter?
That was a lady.
I wasn't what I was actually reading the magazine at the time it was on, so I wasn't paying that close attention.
Oh, but you noticed a female though. I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sounded it did. I mean, I think she was hitting the target. That's how I noticed. I kept hearing the ringing of the still. You know.
Mm-hmm. Rick was watching the video. Didn't pay no attention to it until you came in the video. Apparently, typical guy.
Okay. Anyway, I'm still working on it.
No problem. Yeah, it was a fun day out, so plan on doing another one shortly here. So,
Oh yeah.
You gonna be heading out to this range anytime soon, Squid? You doing any video? Playing with that commie rifle you got there or anything like that, or what?
Nope.
You still know how to run an AR?
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for him to answer. Okay. Did it show up? Oh yeah, there it is. It's real basic. So see, I'll see what we get. You know, your answer was no, but I thought he asked something else for a follow up. Maybe I was mistaken. So, no problem.
I did, but he's scared to talk for some reason.
When is your next stream? Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. The only time zone that matters. That's my normal Saturday show. You know, that's where I just talk general, whatever crosses my mind. What we're basically doing here on a Wednesday when it shouldn't be. It's meant to be shooting with disabilities. But, you know, so.
Did you catch the cover show, Rick?
No.
No. You're so disappointed. You know, figure one of these times you're not doing nothing, you at least watch the show that's done in your honor. Wow.
I noticed it was when I got home and I settled down, got changed and all that, and settled down. And I did notice that you were, I think, what was it? You were on for almost 2 hours? Over 2 hours? I think. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
We did tea and crumpets and short pants, and we had a swell time.
That's good. And I appreciate you doing that for me. You know?
Thumbnail even had spotted dick.
So, I don't know. So, hey, what's time? 7:47. Oh, while I'm here, where'd it go? Don't forget, I got the quiz. The 2 weeks are up this Saturday is when I get the answer out. I got to come up with that reminds me. I got to find a new question for the next one. But all I'm going to say right at the moment, I've got 2 entries, and only one of them's right. So anyway, where are we at? Let's oh yeah, what I wanted to know was back in the 1898 when the single action revolver, when 14,900 of them were altered by the Springfield Armory, the War Department referred to them revolvers with the shortened barrel. They went from 7.5 to 5.5 inches. And the War Department gave those revolvers with the shortened barrel a different name than what they were known as, you know, what they were known as today and at the time they were made. They come under a different name, you know. So what I want to know is what were they called and what name are they known by? So email me at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it into me by noon this Saturday, and you'll be in for the swag pack. packs or two, some stickers. It's not a big swag pack like they used to be. I'm trying to spread out my my swag that I have, which a big majority of it was donated by Clovertech. So yes, to Live Moo. So there we go. So that's the question. So, and as you see, if anybody's reading the chat, Two Live Moo asked me if his was correct, and I said I had two, and one of them was correct. So maybe for a price, he'll give you the answer. I don't know, or so I'm just, if you want to bribe him, he might come up with the answer for you. So, all right, where are we at? Oh, lost my chat. There we go. So, yeah, I think it was. Hang on. Now you got me questioning myself there. Hang on. Yeah. It was. Your answer was correct. So. All right. You guys got anything else before we wind this up? I'm having pizza tonight. Actually, was it last Friday, or was it Sunday? Well, one of these one day this week, or in the last 5 days, I should say. I made myself some grilled cheese sandwiches. Actually, I made grilled cheese and onion sandwiches. I sliced up an onion, laid onion on them as I cooked them, as I done them. But I went for cheapness. I bought Walmart brand sliced American cheese. And my God, it's salty as hell. I didn't add no salt to it or anything. And oh my God, the amount of salt in it's unreal.
Should try cheddar with grilled cheese. I think it's better. And it's real cheese.
Oh, I know cheddar. I love cheddar cheese. I got a pound slab of it in my fridge right at the moment as we talk.
It's the way to do it, in my opinion.
I normally make.
I had might have looked like grilled cheese, but I had Reubens, toasted Reubens tonight. So very good. Did an excellent job. And then later tonight, I'll be snacking on bananas and a bowl of cereal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All good stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I normally make cheddar cheese. I normally just make cheese, my cheese and pickle sandwiches out of it. So, you can cheat, put on lots of stuff, but not American cheese.
Cheddar's the way to go.
I should have used the cheddar, but I had American cheese. I'd bought some slices a few weeks ago. And it doesn't go bad because American cheese is only a couple of molecules away from plastic anyway. So, but it was salty as hell. I've got maybe 4 slices left. So I'll do something with those, get rid of them, and then not use those again. Yeah, I like cheddar too. Cheddar cheese, I love extra sharp cheddar cheese myself. The sharper, the better.
If you got the choice, why not? I only take American when you have to, or whatever the case is. So in some cases, not at all if you only have American, because it just don't work. But grilled cheese, I think, are definitely better with cheddar than
they American. Are. They are.
There's just more flavor to cheddar, than there is American. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, there ain't hardly any flavor of the American at all.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you want to get fancy, you could use like with the butter on the backside, put a little bit of garlic powder or something like that in there, change the flavor up, and plus garlic's good for you. You can put a lot of stuff in your butter mix, and it completely changes the flavor too. So.
Yeah. Oh, before we sign off, how's your garden going, Squib? I saw your video. Any more updates coming?
Nope.
All right. He's real talkative tonight.
Yeah.
All right. But I appreciate you hanging out with us anyway. You know? All right. So we're about at the end. We're about at the end here, guys. And I'm the one that's done most of the talking, I think, tonight. I just been running at the mouth. You know?
Yeah. Squib's just here for an alibi, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do I end my poll? So let me end the poll.
Everybody vote.
I don't know. Too late now. I've ended it. Do I change the name of the show? Drop the Shooting with Disabilities? 80% said yes. 20% said no. That was a total of 5 votes. You know, had a lot of participation. But maybe there's only about 5 people in here. I don't know.
Can you post a poll up on your about area?
On my what?
Your about area of your channel?
Yeah.
Or not about area, community area. Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, when you go to your channel over where it has the sections, the community area.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, can I do it with so few subscribers, or do you have to have so many to do it?
I don't know.
I'll look into it.
500.
I'll put it up there.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, anyway, I'll just go ahead and wind her up then. And I want to say thanks for being here. But you got any shout outs or plugs there in New York?
Yeah. I just stayed. I assume probably everybody knows the 5 or whatever that are out there. But if you're not already subscribed or, getting at least the quotes of the day, I'd recommend checking out Patriot in the Dark. So, for some reason he was doing some manual labor tonight or something. I couldn't join, but it does do some decent videos and some excellent quotes. So check him out. Obviously, check each other out respectfully and R&L displays. Other than that, eat a salad and have a great night.
All right, thank you. Squib, you got anything?
Thanks for the invite to the Get Off My Lawn podcast. See everybody later.
Oh, is that what happens? I've never listened to that. Is that what they do there? So, all right. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat tonight for sticking with me. I said I put that little quiz poll up there because maybe I'm just having burnout and I need to maybe just take a couple of weeks break from doing a show at all on Wednesdays and get back to it, Shooting with Disabilities later on. I don't know. It's just something that crossed my mind. The last few weeks, I feel I'm letting you guys down by not having topics lined up and all that kind of stuff. That's what made me come up with this. But anyway, I will be back on Saturday. We can discuss it some more then if you guys are here on Saturday. and go from there. Because Saturdays is another. It's my end of the week crisis is what on Saturday. So and that's at 3 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So with that, I want to say thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all on Saturday. So good night, everybody. Goodbye, Sabrina.
Hasta la vista, baby.